ashes burn in the stone, and night it's our turn.
I do like No Good to Me Dead against Sabine. But it's not that. The main situation where I like it is if they have Darksaber, and it might be that his plan for that is to just hit the Confiscates.
All right, there's good old Salacious C.
Salacious Crumb on the board.
This card is, I think, basically just a McClunky target, and that's why it's in there.
Yeah, it can be annoying against, so some of the like non-Sabine aggro decks run one HP units, which it's good against. So like the, you know, a Greedo or a Death Star Stormtrooper. And it does also provide some healing and just general annoyance. But yeah, McClunky is a big reason for it, I think, in this build.
And Brian just played this Echo Base Defender, which is a perfect target for McClunky if Jason has it.
Yeah. Yeah, McClunky, doing a McClunky with that Salacious Crumb into Echo Base Defender would be excellent for Jason. I am not a big fan of Echo Base Defender. I recognize why you would play it, especially in a Ewing reinforcement deck. But man, the fact that 3/5 is a pretty common stat line now makes a 4/3 a lot worse.
And no McClunky, it looks like.
Yeah, just a ping. Now he will be able to replay it and heal. But he takes 4 from the Echo Base Defender, so I guess to at least some degree that Defender's doing his job. It's kind of funny that it's a Defender when it has an actually quite offensive, aggressive stat line.
Yeah. And Brian gets the resupply here, but Jason also gets his ramp.
Yeah. Both players probably ramping here. I think Super Laser Tech very likely trading with that Echo Base Defender first action next turn. Brian hits the resupply. So both players are gonna be a little fast. Salacious Crumb there, you know, this wasn't the ideal situation for him, but softening that Echo Base Defender up with 1 damage puts the Super Laser Tech in a great spot.
Yep. Brian's in a position to go for the 5, 6, 7 play, as you've been calling it.
Yep. He could do it with no hotshot blaster, no surprise strike, and no good to me dead. It's going to be tough to stop, but Boba could still deploy first and take out Han with an overwhelming barrage. There's the trade. Super Laser Tech turning it into a resource.
Spark of Hope. All right.
Ooh, okay.
So
Spark
not
of
going
Hope
for
puts him
7.
6 with, yeah, he doesn't have to make the temp resource to deploy Han with that Spark of Hope.
Yep.
Boba on the field. Now deploying Han into this is a little risky because he could get hit by that barrage. He goes for it anyway. No barrage, but there's Boba's armor.
Ooh, Comfy to meet it.
Immediate confiscate. Brian on the main deck confiscates. That is not what you want to see when you go for Boba's armor, but at least it only costs 2. Harsher for Sabine if you play a Darksaber and get confiscated.
And it looks like they're just going to trade with each other.
Yeah, Jason swung Boba into Han, and Brian says, yeah, I'll take that trade, and swings Han back into Boba. Makes a temp resource. Not sure he'll have anything that he can play with it, but he does make one. Now, why did Jason... he readied his resources because the Echo Base Defender had been defeated. That's right.
Yep.
So I think it's Jason's play now. He has all his resources.
Yeah.
But the board is totally empty. Brian has 3 resources.
This is one thing that I've found in testing with this Boba deck is that it often doesn't have a lot of good things to play proactively. Like you can play when you're ambush units here, but it doesn't feel great.
Yeah, I mean, the best would be probably like, he's not on Zuckuss, which would be pretty solid here. Okay, Bazine. What did he see there? That was like a Bright Hope or something?
Yeah, it's Bright Hope.
He probably just lets him keep it. Yeah, it looks like that's what he does. You don't want to risk him drawing into like a Falcon or something substantially better.
Yep. Or just even something that could be played here.
Yeah. That's one of the things about Bazine that I think might require some more experience. You don't actually want to use Bazine's ability every time. If you see their hand and they don't have good cards, you don't want to risk them top decking a good card. So you just don't use the ability. But sometimes I think people are like, oh, well, this card's kind of good, and they remove it, and they end up actually strengthening their opponent's hand.
Modded cohort coming down deals with the Bazine, but the Bazine's not that important anyway. Bosk trades back. There's always a bigger ambush unit. And I guess we're just going into a new round. 7 Ewing reinforcement finally gets it.
Here we go. The big one.
And how many resources is Jason on? Is he on 7 yet? Or is he still on 6? Looks like he's still on 6.
It's kind of hard to tell, but I think it's 6 or 7, yeah.
Ooh, there's the Luke.
Oh, Luke. The spicy out of aspect Luke to fetch with Ewing reinforcements. This could be a problem for Jason. He doesn't really have anything that answers Luke all that cleanly. I guess he can trade Maul for Luke. That's like a direct trade at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't. So Waylay would actually be excellent against this Luke because it would cost Brian 9 to replay him. But Jason actually doesn't have Waylay in main deck or sideboard.
Ooh,
he brings
Vader.
out Vader.
Right.
So Vader can ambush into Luke here, and that's like at least kind of okay. A lot depends on what the other unit that he gets from Vader is.
I don't know if he has anything that... there's no way he's running Death Troopers, right? There's no way he can kill the Luke off of this.
But he could get like Boba Disintegrator and then be like in a relatively good spot because like if Luke and Vader end up trading,
yeah,
it favors him. Yeah, so he gets a 7th Fleet Defender. So here's so do you resolve this ambush? I think you probably do.
I do, yeah.
Because he's behind on HP, and after the ambush resolves, Luke is considerably better than Vader thanks to the restore. So I think you do want to push towards those units trading.
Yep, and he does.
And he does.
It puts him in range of a McClunky also.
Good point. Yeah, he doesn't have an underworld unit now, but he could bring out that Salacious Crumb again, heal up a bit, and set up a McClunky. That could be nasty.
another Ewing.
What have we here? What will he find in those what will he find in those top 10 cards?
Another Han would be big, or I guess the first Han, the Han unit. If he doesn't have that, maybe like a Bright Hope to challenge the 7th Fleet. I mean, that's not bad. The Defender protects the Luke here.
Yeah, Defender. So Defender covers Luke against Vader. And then the Falcon just allows some extra pressure in space. Yeah, if I'm Brian, I'm probably trying to push damage at this point. A Maul could take out the Defender. Oh, it's going to be a Bosk to take out the Defender. Well, that works too,
Yeah. It looks like he doesn't have any resources up, but if he did, he maybe could play an event that would kill Luke with the Bosk trigger.
Luke
looks like...
Ooh, Luke trades with Vader?
Interesting.
Yeah, Luke trades with Vader. Boba's ability used to ready a resource.
Oh, he does have resources ready. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. His hand is off. Yeah, his hand is off camera.
I think I saw McClunky in his hand, and that could take out this Falcon.
Yeah, McClunky Bosk does get Bosk's ability as well as the McClunky. So that could kill this Falcon, and I think it would actually be a pretty solid play.
All right, goes and does Bazine instead. I don't think you discard that.
Falcon swings into the Defender. This does mean the Falcon is now dead if Jason plays any event.
Yeah. Maybe he was waiting to like McClunky the Bazine. He's gonna do that like next round.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, he could reuse Bazine then on a later turn. Is it Bazine or Bazine?
I don't know. I don't think
this character's name is ever actually spoken in the film. 3 to base. Jason. I think Jason sees that he has an advantage here, and he starts pushing damage to base. So Brian could bounce his Falcon here for the heal, and he does choose to do so. What do we got here? It looks like 5 resources.
There's that
Marauder shows up, takes down the 7th Fleet Defender, but it is now in position to be removed by Bosk if any event is played by Jason. Bosk swings in for 4. What Brian might really want to see here is Han Solo to take out Bosk.
Ooh, modded cohort.
Modded cohort takes out Bazine.
Bazine was the McClunky target, presumably. Although
McClunky on Bosk here is a double kill, though.
Yeah, McClunky is fine here. Oh, Vader.
Jason
Alright.
brings out another Vader.
This is
Vader
still
can
game one,
easily
right?
defeat. Yeah,
We're
this
like
is
20
game one.
minutes
This
in.
has been a long game one. In fact, this is crazy. Both of these players have more than 20 HP left on their base, and we're like 20 minutes into the round or more. We might see a double loss here, guys. This one might be
possible.
going to time. Of course, either player could concede. And of course, I think they've both made the cut regardless of the outcome of this match. But this is interesting. Okay, here's a goofy question. Do you sideboard wrong on purpose or play wrong on purpose in this scenario?
What do you mean?
Well, so they both already made the cut, right?
Oh. Probably not wrong. I might do something experimental.
Yeah, okay. So it looks like Brian does get the 2-for-1 with McClunky, and it's even better because he sets up an enticing reward on the Marauder first. Also, to clarify, the reason that I was wondering whether you would do something wrong on purpose would be to lull your opponent into a false sense of security or make them not understand what your build was going for or similar. Darth Panda in chat says, hello, Tower. We meet yet again in another PQ. Happy to see you commentating again. Yeah, good to see you in the chat. Dante points out that Commission Point pulls Fire Spray because it's a transport, and Commission also fires off Bosk if you have Bosk in play. So, you know, there's some stuff there. Avastator asks if there's any way to see deck list. Is there a deck list link that the players can view, or is that internal?
Nope.
No deck list at this point. Sorry.
The TO shares them with me and I share them with Tower.
Okay. Brian in trouble now. I think there's a serious argument that at this point you should consider scooping for time, unless you have like very strong plays in hand.
It's certainly possible.
I mean, he's not losing that hard, but the board is quite unfavorable.
Yeah, he's been through a lot. He's been through, I think, 2 Ewing reinforcements. I think he might still have all 3 of his Hans left, and at least one of his Lukes.
I guess here's the thing though: if he has one of those Lukes, he can actually just like hard cast it at this point. He has the resources for it. Instant kill the defender through its shield, and then disarm on Vader.
There's the tech of the weekend.
Yeah, Brian's signature card here, the spicy disarm. Vader down to 1 power for this turn.
I wonder what he's trying to set up there.
Jason brings out a fire spray. This is looking bad for Brian, but what do we got? Here's something that would be spicy. What if he sends in 2 modded cohorts into Vader?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I was thinking of, but I don't know does he have 2 modded cohorts left?
I don't know. He's got a tech.
One of them.
I don't know. Tech is a good card, but Tech doesn't have that much immediate impact. On the other hand, he has a giant resource row, so he presumably has many cards he can now send in. But he's going to be eating a lot of damage this turn. Even with that disarm, he's still staring down 9 damage on the board. What?
Did Jason just claim?
Initiative?
I don't know why he did that. Here? Maybe he's intentionally playing wrong.
What? Yeah. Yeah, you know, maybe he's going for my stratagem there, lulling his opponent to a false sense of security. What is that? Is that DJ?
It looks like it, yeah. He's gonna steal a resource.
Steals a resource with DJ. A bit late in the game for the tech DJ combo. It's best when you're like canceling your opponent's leader flip. But he still is going to get to deramp his opponent here, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, he makes the temporary resource and uses it to smuggle out a hot shot blaster onto Tech, who's exhausted, so the attack doesn't go off. But he does at least develop that sum. Oh, that is spicy. Yeah, the resource that he stole was Bazine. And now Bazine is defeated by Han's ability, so Jason isn't getting the resource back and lost a strong smuggle option. Why didn't Jason attack? That is wild. Am I missing something? He gave up 9 damage on the board that like Brian had no recourse against. Chat, do you guys have any idea what this guy was thinking? I'm honestly baffled by that. Oh man, Vader takes out Tech, but that means that Luke can hit the field, played for 9, and Luke takes down Fett's Fire Spray with the -6/-6.
Wow.
Brian might be making the comeback here. I was saying earlier that he should consider scooping for time, but now it looks like he's winning. Jason still hasn't spent his resources, though, this turn. Let's see what he has in store. Avastator suggests Jason might be playing for Devastator, but I don't think he main decks it.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
I do think he has one in the side, but I don't think he has one in the main board. This is still game 1, guys. This is crazy.
These mid-range versus mid-range matchups can go on forever. Playing control mirrors is tough. Try playing mid-range mirrors.
Yeah, and control mirrors, at least one of you ends up milling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Avastator suggests, I don't see any other reason for skipping turn. Also, that was the reason Han stole resource. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do have the deck list, but that's fair. You guys don't, and he does not have it. But the deck lists aren't public, and so Brian might not have known that. Brian might have thought, oh man, he's going for Devastator, even though he wasn't. Bosk here. So DJ traded for Vader. Bosk being played with no ambush because he would just die to Luke, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Ryan W in chat suggests that he skipped so that he could have the first swing at Tech and stop any smuggle. It's possible. I'm not sure that's worth 9 damage though.
Yeah. Another enticing reward. All right.
Enticing reward. Who is it on there? He doesn't play it on Luke.
I think is that Leia?
I think it was a Leia Defiant Princess exhausting the 7th Fleet Defender. Yeah, and then he plays the Defiant the enticing reward. George suggests only thing I can think of is Jason really respects Tech. Yeah, that might be it. Tech is a very, very strong card. So it might well be that he's like, oh man, you know, what if he can Tech U-Wing or something next turn? I have to stop Tech before he gets his big play. And even though he would still have some time with Tech, because some of his resources were already expended, he wouldn't be able to do like a huge play with Tech. So maybe that's what Jason was thinking. That's a good suggestion. Boba's armor on what? Oh, okay. So he played the commission, pulled Boba's armor,
and
Bosk's
killed
ability
Leia
kills
Bosk,
Leia.
Yeah. Now he's triggering.
And then he fires off his enticing reward. And because Leia's unique, he is going to get to keep both cards.
Yeah. He's just playing a bunch of cards to go grab other cards that get more cards.
We've now used more than half of the match time on this one round. And it's still not over, and it's still not even that close to over. Both players have more than 20 HP on their base.
Yeah.
Did he just get another Boba's armor off the enticing reward?
I think he did.
Well, we might see Bosk wearing Boba's armor soon. Yeah, there we go. Bosk dons right. Boba's armor. I'm not sure that would fit, man. I don't know. But, we'll see how it does for him. It does mean Bosk is now out of range of Luke. The damage reduction on Boba's armor doesn't work for Bosk, but it does just put him up to 7 HP. And maybe more importantly, it puts him out of reach of Han. A Han Solo reluctant hero is now no longer able to ambush and kill Bosk. Oh, but Luke with a hotshot blaster is able to take out Bosk.
And now both players have more than 25 health remaining.
Pasquale in chat says they def have a gentleman's agreement to not hit base unless the board is clear. There is no way this is happening. LOL. I don't know. I think Rebel Trader had it right earlier. I think these players are, mid-range, playing mid-range, fighting for board control, trying to get the most value, and that happens to have led to this crazy scenario. Fet's Fire Spray for Jason, answered by a Sundari Peacekeeper for Brian. Yeah, another Jason's 7th Fleet Defender hits the board. Brian is trying to separate his resources into piles and stuff here, but it's complicated because he has so many resources. He's got like 12 resources in there.
Yeah. What's your personal record for resources?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've had like 14 or 15, but I could be wrong.
I think I've gone up to 16 before. I think that's my record.
Jay Tatum says this is longer than a hard control mirror. At least there the milling is sped up.
Yep.
It's been crazy. Avastator points out, but the game is epic. Yeah, it's an intense one. Luke swinging on in. Luke swings in for 8 and heals 3. And if that Sundari Peacekeeper isn't answered, that's going to be another 3 and heal 2. The restore on these units is very useful in a race situation like this, and it looks like it might be turning into a ground versus space race.
I don't think we've seen any copies of Maul out of Jason, and that could be very important here.
Yeah, he has 3 in the build, right? A Maul on Sundari Peacekeeper here could be nice. Ooh, he fires off its Fire Spray Exhaust. That ability is almost never used, but here he spends those 2 resources to exhaust the Sundari Peacekeeper, only for Brian to play Leia Organa Defiant Princess and exhaust Fet's Fire Spray in return.
I hope to see Endless Legions at least once in a competitive tournament. Yeah, I mean, this is the game for it.
Oh, man. I'm almost positive these guys are not playing Endless Legions, but how hype would that be?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Brian brings out another tech. It is a smuggled tech, I believe. But an overwhelming barrage on Fet's Fire Spray kills Tech immediately and kills Luke.
Yeah, that's big.
Looks like there is a point of damage left over for Leia as well.
And Jason taking the lead now with that.
Yeah, he's got a stronger board too. Brian's got Brian's got to hit some gas here. And yes, Darth Panda, this is game one. They are 35 minutes into game one, and one player has 18 life remaining, the other has 15. But we are getting closer to an end here. Jason's gaining an advantage, I feel.
Smuggled commission. All right.
Then again, I was saying Jason had enough of an advantage that Brian should consider scooping for time, and that was like 5 turns ago or something, and we've had some ups and downs since.
All right, commission grabs a Bosk. Bosk is pretty good here.
Yeah, Bosk can swing in. You know, he can hit the Sundari Peacekeeper pretty hard and then kill it with an event or something. Yes, we have not seen any home ones yet. We have not seen any home ones. We've not seen any Mauls. We have not seen any Han Reluctant Heroes. In terms of like big name plays that have yet to hit the field. And I think we've only seen the one overwhelming barrage.
It might be right.
All right, they're readying up. Brian swings in with initiative using the Sundari Peacekeeper to hit for 3 and heal 2.
He healed 3 there. He shouldn't.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he was at 15. That is an error.
Yeah.
Is there a judge or something we can contact? I don't really know if you have a connection to the TO or whatever.
I do, yeah.
Oh, Maul finally shows up. I don't think it's going to matter, honestly. Maul finally shows up, takes out Leia, and hits base for 6, I believe.
Yeah, that would be 6.
Yeah, because Leia was damaged in that barrage, so Brian should now be on 18 damage taken. And he's poised to take 11. Yeah, actually, that actually matters because that's the difference between lethal on board and not lethal on board. Oh, but there's a bright hope, so maybe it doesn't matter. Bright Hope on the field bounces the Sundari Peacekeeper to draw a card. Seventh Fleet Defender swings into Bright Hope. What is that?
Modded cohort answers the
modded
Maul.
cohort trades with Maul. Okay. I can only imagine the other defender is going to take out this. Imagine if he just immediately plays another Bright Hope after this. How funny would that be?
Yeah.
Nope, it's just going to be the Sundari Peacekeeper replay. Five to base. I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of resources.
Ooh,
another Sundari Peacekeeper. If Brian can hang on for one more minute, he will have successfully played a 40-minute game of Star Wars Unlimited, even though it's looking grim for Brian at this point. Bosk hits a Peacekeeper, doesn't kill it. If there's an event, though, that could be used to trigger Bosk's ability and finish off the wounded Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper's under fire. And yeah, there's McClunky.
McClunky for the double kill. And I think he has the resources now to replay Bosk and kill the other Peacekeeper as well.
Not quite a double kill.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's not a double kill. The damage on both units, but that one's still alive, at least until Bosk hits the field again.
They're telling me that the judge was informed about the extra restore.
Okay. That's
If
good to
they're
know.
Stopping. That's probably what they're doing right now.
They have successfully played a 40-minute game of Star Wars Unlimited. Okay, now if you're Brian, I think you really, really should scoop for time.
Yeah.
Like really, truly for real. I don't know though. I mean, so here's an argument. What happens if you hit home one and you bring back Bright Hope? All of a sudden that space stuff is stalled for at least some time, and you have the ability to get more restore, and I don't know though. I do think we're gonna see Bosk being replayed, and I think we're gonna see Bosk kill the Sindari Peacekeeper, and then Jason will have the ground as well as space. But he doesn't do it. Maybe he doesn't have enough resources. It's hard to tell because of his sleeve colors how many resources he actually has. But I guess he didn't have enough to replay Bosk, or he would have done so. I think it is extraordinarily unlikely that they will finish 3 games in this match.
Yeah.
Sindari Peacekeeper in for 3 and 2 healed from Brian's base, but it is not going to be... Can't really keep pace with this space arena. 5 damage to Brian from Fett's Fire Spray. Gotta go for that home one into Bright Hope. I honestly think that's his main shot here. Someone in chat says home one returns 3 or less. It actually doesn't. Home one discounts the unit by 3, which is not the same as 3 or less. Wow, he does home one into Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. Home one into Luke, and it kills one of the defenders.
All right. Well, with the extra damage that they missed from the restore, this should be lethal right now.
And that would bring this game to an end, which I would appreciate seeing, because I don't like seeing matches go to time, although I guess at this point... Someone in chat says, easy, take initiative, win the game. Yeah, you can just take initiative here and win with Fett's Fire Spray, right?
Yeah, regardless of the extra damage.
How many resources are these guys on? Brian has 14, 15?
I'm counting 13 for Jason, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 for Brian, yeah.
Okay, I don't even know what happened there. Luke died? No, he took back the Luke play.
Oh, I think they're fixing the
Oh, okay, yeah. They fixed the life totals, and then because the life total is different, Brian takes back the Luke play and plays Bright Hope instead, which actually is a better play anyway. Yeah. Because the Luke play, as was pointed out in chat, loses to Jason just taking the initiative and swinging with Fett's Fire Spray, whereas Bright Hope shields that. Bosk kills the Sindari Peacekeeper, taking 1 damage. Tech from the discard pile. Or, I'm sorry, tech from the resource row. Wait, surely you just take initiative now, though, and win with Bosk?
Yep.
They're too far into the Matrix or whatever. They're taking all these plays that are, not necessary to sometime I think they're, I don't know. I think they might be in mid-range value town mode instead of just trying to close the game.
Maybe
Yeah, Jason plays Boba Disintegrator and Brian takes the initiative.
Maybe Brian has like Echo Base Defender plus another card and he can play that.
What if this game doesn't finish? It's actually possible. If it's actually possible that this game itself will not finish in the time
It's
limit.
possible.
I don't think it's
although
likely.
That looks unlikely at this point.
Panda, I think what's going to happen here is whoever wins this game wins the match, because I think and yeah, as someone else points out, they don't care. They're both top 8, so this could just be a friendly game, or it could be them, as we were discussing earlier, playing wrong on purpose to try and lull the opponent into a false sense of security or whatever. Jason is developing a huge ground board. He plays a Cloud Rider and does an ambush and then puts Boba's armor on Bosk. He then trades both his defenders for the Bright Hope.
All right. Jason is now presenting lethal 4 ways, 2 of which are good through Bright Hope Restore.
Gotta be over, right?
It's gotta be.
Like Brian can swing here with home 1, kill Fet's Fire Spray, and heal. But
Brian
he still
spends
dies
12
to the
resources,
armored boss.
plays Super Laser Blast.
What is happening?
Oh, he does have attack.
This is one of the craziest games lists I've ever seen. U-wing reinforcement.
Okay, that does
U-wing
give him a hope.
reinforcement from the resource pile via tech.
If he gets...
Wow, he's running out of cards in his deck. He's picked up his entire deck from this U-wing reinforcement.
And he's just going to scoop, it looks like.
And he
wow.
scoops.
And Jason gets that 48.
I don't know what to say, guys. That was a crazy game. Did he think that he died to fatigue damage? U-wing reinforcement doesn't actually deal fatigue damage, right?
No, it doesn't. He must have just looked at it and seen.
Maybe,
maybe
he just saw his cards and was like, "Nothing here saves me. I'm done."
All right. They said they added 2 minutes onto the timer. So
because of the judge call from earlier. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pause the timer for 2 minutes. Because that
was quite the game. But Jason, after a marathon of a game, ends up taking it. I think that was about a 49 or 48 minute game of Star Wars Unlimited. So almost the entire round time used in that intense mid-range versus mid-range battle. Both players fighting for board control. And, maybe they can absolutely reverse pace and play a blisteringly fast game 2. But I don't know. Even if they do, what's the outcome? Like, if Brian wins, then it's probably a double loss. And if Jason can win really fast, at least he wins the match for real. But I think the most likely outcome is that Jason wins this on time.
It looks. I've been told that Brian just conceded, so he's not even going to play game 2.
Okay, that's fair. So the odds of him winning in 7 minutes with that deck are very low, and he doesn't need it. He already made the cut. So Brian scoops not just game 1 but game 2 as well. Jason is going to be our Swiss undefeated player. Congratulations to Jason, and we will have the top cut when the time comes.